Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to the Christmas event live stream thing, whatever we're doing. These intros are always terrible. Sorry it's a bit late, but I had to do a few things. I had an exam earlier, literally in this morning, because right now for me it's half 1 p.m. right now. Had the exam at like 9 a.m., so it's quite early for me. But anyways, let's get into this Christmas update. Now I'm quite excited about this one personally, because I really like Melee as a unit. I think she's really cool, and she was one of my favorite units when she released like a few months ago. I don't know how long ago. It feels like it's been a little while, like I don't know how long, but let's have a look. There's quite a few things to cover, and I'm hoping she is a good unit when I'm testing her later on. We'll have a look, but we'll have to see how it goes with testing, because I can definitely see some potential here, but we're gonna have a look right now. So Saintly Melee. There are other units in this Christmas event too. There's previous Christmas units, which are... I still think Saintly Lilebette is still a pretty good unit. Definitely for sure. And the arcs... I think the arcs are decent too, but I'm not sure about them yet, so we'll have to see. I kind of want to get her at plus 20, not gonna lie, because she's really cool, but... we'll have to see how that goes, because if we get lucky, it's going to be a lot easier for me. I do have enough to get her to plus 20, but I don't know if I want to. I might do. I kind of want to because I haven't done it before, but let's get right into this units because I'm quite interested in this. So I've seen all of her skills and everything from the video and stuff, but I haven't seen anything else apart from that, so it's going to be a first time for me. I kind of want to leave most of it a surprise until I get to test the unit and see and try them out. I love the animations. So she is a god type, which is pretty nice because that's going to mean that she's not going to be vulnerable to Human Slayer in Arena. That's pretty much it. But god types, there are some buffs that are like only to god types, like one of the Balamite UR arc. I'm pretty sure that one gives a buff to god types, so it's kind of useful. Absolute resistance -10 to light isn't terrible, only -10. At least it's not -30 or 20. It's okay. Stats are pretty nice. Good defense and strength and HP. HP is pretty similar to original Melee. I still use Advocate of God Melee, by the way, but not as much as I want to. I try and find an excuse to use her in places, so what I've been doing is I've been using her in the story. I still haven't finished it yet, but I've been doing it a little bit at a time because I don't want to rush through it because I think it's fun. I don't want to use all that content up in one go, so I'm gradually doing it. And I did it yesterday, a little bit of the story, and continue to use original Melee because I think she's really cool. One of my favourite units for sure. Nil to Curse, pretty good. Doesn't have any stun resistance, so that's a little bit of a problem, but at least it's not weak to stun. And it's not weak to anything, so I'm pretty okay with all this stuff. Looks pretty good. Now skills. These skills are probably going to be at least some of my favourite skills in the game just because of the animations. They're not going to be that fast. I know that's a problem, like it's a bit disappointing that they're not very fast, but if you don't worry about that and don't think of DPS, I think it's going to be really good. Because skill 1, charge and deal a frontal medium area dark combo attack. I'm going to check all the hits later. I don't think I have a picture or anything on the hits, do I? I mean, it's not a big deal. Let's say S1 is 10 hits. 10 hits S1, I think. So that's not bad for an S1. I don't know the skill stocks or anything, we'll check out later on. Skill 1 animation is pretty cool. All of these animations are pretty cool, we'll try them. Skill 2, Bloody Tree. Now this one is a bit slow, but I really like the animation of this one. It's very cool because it basically just creates a tree and she slices down the middle of the tree. It's pretty nice. And it's instantly close the gap. Skill 2, medium area, dark aerial combo attack, chance to give exsanguinate. I know how to say that now, I think. It's been a while. We should know how to say that word by now. So, chance to give exsanguinate. Original Melee does have exsanguinate debuff too. It's nothing crazy, but she does have unique things, unique damage based on that debuff, which I kind of like it because no enemy can really have resistance to that debuff, and it is a debuff, not an element, so I kind of like it. It's pretty nice. And I think Cure All won't even work for that, so I kind of like it, even though it's not crazy good. It's kind of like a poison in a way, so it's not crazy, but this skill 2 really reminds me of Phantom Robin skill 2. It looks very similar, but so much cooler. We'll see later. And that one, I believe, is 14 hits, single wield, normal hits, so it's not terrible. Skill 3, I really like the look of the skill 3 as well. All of these skills just look really cool, but skill 3, frontal wide area, medium range, dark combo attack, so a lot of words just to describe a skill, but I'm hoping it has quite a good wide area, because I don't know, I haven't seen it yet, but I have to try that later. Now, here's the unique thing about this skill, is it gives a Pandora's box debuff to one target based on the content of the present buff. So, the skill 3 is 19 hits, which is actually pretty good. And what that basically means is, it'll make more sense once you go into the skills, but I think I do understand what this unit is doing, what this unit has. Pandora's box debuff, basically that debuff, it depends on which skill you have active, so I guess I'll check that now, just so it makes sense. So, where is it? There's 2 skills here somewhere, unless it's not a skill and it's just, yeah, it's probably in the trait actually, or is it? I swear it's a skill, probably missed it somewhere. Yeah, these 2, so Pandora's box Fury and Pandora's box War. So, Fury is definitely going to be the one you want to use for most places, unless you're in Arena. You're going to get, basically the Pandora's box debuff is what you inflict on your skill 3. The debuff is all attribute damage taken, damage caps plus 4000, which is crazy good, because that's going to apply to, I'm pretty sure that applies to every unit in your team. So that's going to enable your whole team, and that's going to be useful for like multiplayer, and even if you want to test more damage potential for units, this is going to be very good. In my head it sounds really good, because I think it applies to all teams. At least I think it does, because it makes sense. And the present box buff we'll talk about in a minute, but the war buff is not as good. It's only really if you want to use it for Arena, I think. Damage dealt minus 20% for the enemy that has that debuff from the skill 3. I don't know what the chance is of it applying that debuff, but it sounds really good to me, because enemy taking plus 4000 more damage cap and its debuff, that just sounds really good. It kind of reminds me of Saintly Lilebette, because she gave plus 3000 damage cap to one unit and all slayers, but if you don't count the slayers, it basically just gives 3000 damage cap to one unit, but melee can give literally everyone in the team plus 4000 damage cap, technically, but only to that one enemy that has that debuff. Or she can just give 4000 damage cap to one unit, and it applies to all attributes, so I think it's going to be good. In my opinion, it seems like what they're doing with these Christmas units, especially with Saintly Lilebette, is they're giving them unique buffs that give damage cap, and those are always incredibly valuable, because they last such a long time, and Saintly Lilebette is still a very strong unit, and she's been out for an entire year, and she's still that good. So, main reason being is because of that buff, in my opinion, but she's still got other things like damage and stuff. But think about the buffs. I think it's going to be very useful, because we don't really get that many buff units in this game. It's quite rare, so I think it's going to be valuable just for that alone. And special, I like the animation of all these skills, but special, powerful dark combo attack to all enemies, chance to give exsanguinate, which is lose HP when using skills. So yeah, okay special, but I think these skills are just going to be very fun to use, just because the animations are so, you know, colourful, and there's a lot of animations here. That's why I like these Christmas units, because the animations are just over the top, and you got trees and presents coming out of nowhere, and I think it's really cool. Hey, how's it going? I hope we get lucky, but hey look, Nightbot, really, thanks. I mean, I don't know what to say about that, but unfortunate, it really is. Here's the thing, I have I have enough to pity her to plus 20 if I wanted to, because I just realised, I checked a moment ago, that the step gacha is cheaper than usual, at least that's what I think. It's like 21,000 to pity the units, and I can get those 3 extra prisms for like 35,000 or something, so it's not that bad. And I've got 5 God Relic prisms that I'm probably going to use. 1 prism for the event. I don't know if there's going to be a second one at the event. I'm going to wait for part 2 just in case. I'm not going to waste all my God Relic prisms, but I would like to get my first plus 20 unit because I've never done it before. If you don't include permanent units, I haven't actually tried before. So I wanted to try it once, and I think this unit is going to be the one for me, I think, because they give you access to a few prisms, so it makes it a lot easier. I still kind of want to save a few God Relic prisms just in case. I don't want to use all of them, but let's hope we get a few copies of her before we have to pity anything. But if not, I can still get them anyway. We'll see how it goes. That's going to be a bit later though. And I think she looks pretty good, but I haven't seen any videos or anything of her testing yet, so I'll have to do that later. So with these traits, they're interesting traits. I kind of like these traits. Trait 1, kind of simple damage cap, 40% damage when you equip an axe. Now here's the thing, is we don't have that many axe units. I know most people probably agree with me that they would like to see more units with axes or hammers or bows, because we don't really have that many units. And literally 90% of units, physical DPS units, use a sword, and it's kind of getting boring at this point. And I know people agree with that, because this last collab we just had literally 3 DPS units that use swords, so I would like to see some more variety. Yeah, that's fine. Thanks for stopping by though. I like to see people showing up no matter who it is. Trust me, that's a compliment. I'm not being rude or anything. It's quite early for me. Time zones are weird. Anyways, let's get back to this, because we've got a lot of stuff to do today. Axe equip, dark damage, 40% damage cap, 8,000 when hitting an absolute weakness. With a dark attack, dark damage cap, 5,000. So I wish there was a full stop right here, because I know for sure it means you get damage and damage cap all the time. Hello. You get dark damage and damage cap all the time, and then it says when hitting an absolute weakness, but it doesn't stop the sentence, so it kind of makes you think, oh, does that mean that all of that is applying when you hit weakness? Well, it says when hitting an absolute weakness with a dark attack, damage cap 5,000, so I'm gonna stick with that. Critical rate 5%, critical damage cap to enemies with exsanguinate. It's pretty good. Yeah, I have some problems with this game with English sometimes, because I literally don't know any other language, and I'm not that great at English either. So sometimes the wording is just so terrible, and they could say something but it actually means something completely different, and we have no idea. Like, Combo Master, that's one example, is that it applies to all damage even though it says on the skill there's physical damage. Like, Twix said that, and I was like, I didn't say anything, but I was thinking, that's kind of dumb, why haven't they changed that? Because they should. It's kind of important to get the information correct, you know, so people are not having false information, or they know exactly what the unit is. Well, we've only been here for 14 minutes, we're still going over the unit and then the arc, so someone's will be in a little bit once we've gone through everything, because I like to check them anyway, because it might be useful for some people, and I like to double check everything just in case I'm missing something. Gives me a better idea. Yeah, I'm talking too much and not focusing on the unit, I know. I know. In the future, you can always just skip this part of the video. I know, you're lucky. People here are not lucky, they have to sit here and watch me look at the screen and hear me rambling on about random stuff that I don't care about, but anyway, trait 1 is pretty nice. The only problem with this is critical damage cap is not something that we like to see, because it's conditional and kind of means you have to have more crit rate to have more damage in a way, because if you have higher crit rate, you're gonna have more damage cap on those crits. So yeah, I think she might have a good build with a crit build potentially. I've got a few ideas in my head that I want to do with her, but I'm not 100% sure what the best option for a build is, yeah, I know there's a good bow, and you could use that with whatever the arc name is that I'm thinking of that gives 10% crit weight when you equip a bow. Only problem is we have 0 bow boost on arcs right now. I would really hope that they release bow boost and bow high boost on an arc as soon as possible, because we don't have them on any arc at all. And it's kind of sad, really, because that would allow for even more builds. Like on melee, if you had access to bow boost and high boost, I think that gives even more crit rate, and that would be amazing, right? You could have bow boost, high boost, more crit rate, more damage. It would be great, but we can't do something like that yet until they give it to us. It's kind of sad. A crit build usually is not a way to go, but I like to have at least some of it. So I'll probably put a few crit skills on, and I'm going to test out builds and stuff and see what I think the best is, but I don't know right now. Melee Christmas is kind of a pun, because it's not merry, it's melee, and it sounds kind of similar. I know. Facepalm, I would too, but Battle Start restore skill 3's SUT by 12 seconds, kind of similar to Vayne's skill trait as well, because he does get some SUT for his skill 3 as well, but he has more SUT than her, but it's 12 seconds. I'm pretty sure that gives at least one guaranteed skill 3 at the start, which is always good to have, especially for arena or clearing content easily. That's going to be good. Give unit present buff, and then in brackets it just kind of explains there are 2 types of present buffs, blah blah. We know what those are. We'll talk about those once we get to it. I kind of talked about them a little bit, at least the debuff parts. 2 types of present buff, they're given at random based on the set Pandora's box skills. I'm pretty sure. Have a melee Merry Christmas, I'm probably going to say that. Lose present buff when giving an ally a present box buff from the magic you want this box, or when giving an enemy a Pandora's box debuff from skill 3. So basically what it means is she gets the buff at the start of the battle. I don't know how long the buff is, and when she gives the debuff from her skill 3, she loses the buff, because if both buff and debuff were active at the same time, I think it would be too strong. It would be, for sure. And also, if you give it to an ally, she removes the buff from herself, so it's basically giving a present. Think of it like, I don't know, pass the parcel. If anyone's even played that or knows what that is, I used to do that at school. Basically, you have a big present, you pass it around in a circle, each person, and you take off a layer. I don't need to explain it, but it's basically like that. You're passing the present to someone else. She can give herself a present, yes, I know it's kind of confusing, but it's funny. I like it. And a set time after present buff is lost, re-give the unit the present buff. So what that sounds like is, after the buff is lost from herself, she's going to automatically give it to herself after a certain amount of time, and she can only have one buff or debuff active at the same time. So yeah, I think it's going to be good, because it sounds like in my head that it's going to be at least one buff or debuff active at all times, kind of like Vayne, where you can have that plus 100% defense and then instantly switch to that 100% strength buff. It's kind of similar, and I really like Vayne for that. He's really strong because of that, because he can instantly switch between both buffs and can have them active, at least one active all the time. So I think that's really good. We'll see what's in the box. I don't know, we'll see what it is. You want this box? It's kind of funny. It's really funny. Anyways, critical phaser, all allies critical rates plus 15%, it's whatever. Giga High Shaker, nobody really uses this ever, so they're kind of wasted. It could have used a better skill, but whatever. Do you want this box? I don't know if you want this box, it might explode if you open it. Give one ally a present box buff based on the content of the present buff. I do like the idea. They kind of were pretty creative with this. I'm sure they had a lot of fun making this unit. Definitely. I'm going to try not to comment on how she looks apart from her clothes and stuff, because it could get out of hand really quick, so ignore that. This is 0 MP. You can use it on any unit you want. You could use this. This is going to allow for you to buff any unit in your team. So it's kind of like a instant cast. You can use it on any unit you want. It's kind of like Saintly Lilebette's buff, but instead it's 1000 more damage cap, but you're not getting your slayers, but you can choose which unit that you want to have it. You can even put this buff on Spirit Maiden 3 if you want to, but why would you want to? Just for memes. Attack up max, Flying Spirit 4 and 5, we're seeing a lot of strength. There's a lot of strength here. Pretty strong. Pretty thick. I don't want to say that, but I did. Because there's so much strength. Critical Lap 2, Proud Force, Brute Slayer. Special boost. Great stuff. I wish there was Critical Lap 3 here instead, because it's more expensive, but whatever. Auto Brave, Auto Protection, Auto Haste. Love seeing this stuff. Very nice to have these 3 auto skills buffs that basically every physical DPS unit wants. Awaken, gotta love it. Awaken's great, especially for Arena to survive a little bit, but even not. If you're taking a lot of damage, it's gonna be pretty nice. Yeah, definitely. I'm gonna try not to say thick so much, because I really don't want to, because I'm sure people get tired of me saying that all the time. Because pretty obvious. And I'm hoping this video doesn't get demonetized, but I'm not worried about that, because Summer Alice wasn't. So I should be completely fine with showing some legs. Right, YouTube, I bet. Pride 2, Dark Mega Drive. Now there's no Dark Drive or High Drive, but we do have those 2 skills on arcs, so it's not a big deal. And we have other skills like Dark Attack Rays 2 and 3, which are great. So there's a lot of dark damage here, which looks pretty good. And you also got Dark Critical Rays, which helps with more crit rate, so she can get more damage. Basically, because she has damage cap for crits, just think of it like if you have more crit rate, you're doing more damage, because technically that is how it is. Because you can get that plus 4000 damage cap more often, so I think that's going to be good. Your Feast, I did check this the other day, and this is the same skill that's on Saintly Lilebette, and it's pretty good. Fully restore all skills SCT and 20% HP. Basically Pirate's Feast, but you get 20% HP as well. Whatever. Goddess Kiss is also on melee, Advocate of God melee. So, because you got this, if you equip Dark Weapons, you can have so much MP. And if you put on like Honey Elixir or Apple Pie, she's gonna have a lot of SCT. I know she doesn't have Paranoia or anything like that for ailments, but she has other ways to get SCT. Less speed for more movement speed is going to be pretty fast too, so better watch out. Better not cry. I didn't want to say that, but I did, I don't know why. Okay, enough of that. Axe Mega Boost. First time we're seeing this. It's kind of what you would expect. More damage, get more damage cap, you boost break. Her break is not the best in the world, but it's okay, it's good enough. It's probably still going to be an okay break unit, but not the go-to break unit that you would want to use. But it's a bonus. Think of it like that. Like, Starn's break is good enough that he can break some enemies, especially enemies that have weaker break, and also do damage at the same time, so it's kind of a bonus. Pretty nice. Ultimate boost 3 is whatever. If you're not using a special, it doesn't matter. Skill charge 3. She's going to get a lot of skill 3. I'm assuming she has like 2 skill stocks of skill 3, because that would make sense. Should be pretty good, because that skill 3 applies a debuff, which you kind of need. We don't need it, but I could see one problem with that. If you apply the debuff to a random enemy by accident, then you're going to lose your 4000 damage cap. But if that enemy dies, there's a skill about this. Where is it? It's going to be down here somewhere. Goddess Advocate is also on Advocate of God melee. Reduced chance of taking critical damage, and skill and special attacks have a chance to deal instant death, which is very nice. It's not amazing, but it can help in some situations. Skill attacks on enemies with exsanguinate have a chance to absorb 5% of damage HP. That's also on Advocate of God melee, so that's pretty good. It's kind of some healing, which you kind of need healing, at least some of it. But she does have Proud Force, right? Yeah, and crit, so she's gonna be able to survive some hits, so she can take a beating, and everything I'm saying today is definitely going to be put out of context in literally every single way possible, and I know that, I'm aware of that, but I'm trying not to take notice of it. Fatal Flash, when physically attacking / using special on enemies with exsanguinate, cut enemy defense by 15% and deal damage. So if they have exsanguinate debuff, you can do more damage. Basically that's what it means, because cut enemy defense by 15%. That's going to be on all of your attacks, so it's going to be good on bosses. Pretty good for bosses. Now these two skills we've talked about a little bit, but the other part of this is cut time to re-give trait 2's present buff, whatever that means. So it's probably the delay between when you lose the buff and gain it is going to be cut by a certain amount, then you're going to give it back to yourself. It's not a big deal though, really. I'm just thinking how exactly all this is going to work, because there's a lot of different buffs going on, but present buff for this one in particular, all attribute damage cap plus 4,000, and then for the debuff, all attribute damage taken caps plus 4,000. So I was thinking if these two could stack, it would be amazing. It would be so good. It would be pretty strong, but you can't stack both of them at the same time. You can only have one active, so that's disappointing, but they're still good. They're very good. Then you've got this one, which is whatever. I don't really care. I'm gonna remove this personally. Present box buff, damage taken minus 20% and damage dealt minus 20% on the enemy. This is only going to be useful in arena, and that's literally the only place I can think of unless you're going up against a boss that does a lot of damage to you and want to take less damage. That's it. So, in my opinion, if you want to go for maximum damage, then remove this skill because you don't need it. Because there's a random, at the start of the battle, you get a random buff. So you want to guarantee that you're going to get this damage cap buff. So to do that, you just remove the war buff skill, and that means you're always going to get this active. I think that's what I'm going to do. I think that sounds like a good thing to do, the right thing to do for maximum damage. Probably is. Bloodstained suit, very nice. Damage taken from enemies with exsanguinate debuff minus 30%. That's a lot. Less damage taken. That's pretty good. She looks like she's going to have a lot of survivability. She's even got auto protection, so she comes with protection, don't worry. Max equip, physical attack damage 30%, damage cap 6,000. When defeating an enemy, if unit does not have present buff, give present buff. There you go. Here's the thing that I really like. Let's say you debuff a weak enemy and then they die, then you get your present buff back. So this is going to be really good for just clearing waves of enemies. You're going to have your buff pretty much always active all the time, so you'll be my toy. There's some very nice skills here. I'm quite happy with these skills. There's just a few skills like Giga High Shaker, nobody really uses it, and Critical Phaser. You know what would have been better is Auto Critical, would have been way better. I would have loved that instead, but that's my only complaint really. Yeah, I know, it's fine. I say a lot of stupid things, but I personally feel like they're funny. I find myself more funny than other people think that I am. I'm sure that happens, don't worry. It's fine. Just trying to have fun. There's a lot of good skills here. I could make more jokes, I could, but I don't want to, because I have to stop. And it could be just a stream of endless jokes and of how good she looks, but that's it. When I have enough confidence and I'm happy enough, I can be funny. I've been quite funny in the past, but just to try and make the mood feel a lot better, but I don't always feel like that. Usually I'm just depressing, but we're not talking about that. She looks like great unit. I really want this unit. Look at all this artwork. I'm not looking at her, I'm looking at the background, trust me. Look at this cake, it's got a mouth. Everything sounds wrong. It's not my problem. Look at the sprite looks really cool too. It's sad that she doesn't have her scissor swords, but Her scythe is kind of like Lily's scythe, so it's pretty cool, and it's candy cane, and her paid accessory I think changes her appearance. I think it's an accessory. Let's go over the arc now. We spent half an hour doing, I don't know what we did in that half an hour. We wasted some of that time, I know we did. Too much melee. Anyway, maybe I'm just too excited about this unit. Maybe that's what's happening. So this arc, I love the artwork on this. My two favorite units in this arc. And it's got a knife and a fork. This couldn't be any more perfect. They're on a cake. There's a Christmas cake. Got Melee's half scissor knife. And Lily's holding a fork. It's just, I love this artwork. They do a very good job with this, and you get some butt cheeks to look at too, and that's all I'm gonna say. But you've got everything in this cake arc image. You got everything you could possibly want. It's very good artwork. Probably one of my favorite. We're gonna ignore that for a moment because I know what you're looking at, and shame on you. But arc trait, axe equipped when only one weapon is equipped, like / dark skill / magic damage 50%. That's very good. I can see that being useful. The only problem is you got to think about this. What this means is you got to have only one axe equipped, and when are you ever going to do that? In the future, when you have an axe only single wield DPS unit, obviously you could say in arena we're using the axe, but that's because we're using the specific arc to get those bonuses from the trait. So that's probably still better than 50% damage, but we're gonna have to see, because 50% sounds pretty strong, and it's only for light / dark / magic, so that's also another problem. So it's very specific, but it's the best at what it does. So there you go. When two weapons are equipped, plus 25% instead. So you've got to remember that you have to have, I don't exactly know, it just says when two weapons are equipped, so I'm assuming if you have two different weapons, you have like two swords, you're still going to get plus 25% light / dark skill / magic damage, I think. I don't know, it's worded weird, it very is a lot. Battle start vitality effect to all allies, whatever, more HP, gore type only, light / dark attack, damage cap 1000. 1000 not very much, so overall this trait's okay. I think it's mostly for the damage, but very situational. If you think about it, it's specifically light and dark, so it's kind of focused on Lily and Melee, two favorite units. I think they're going to be my favorite units for a long time, until they release another Advocate of God unit. I'm waiting for that. I don't know who. I still need a Lily shift. I was hoping Lily was going to be this Christmas, but it wasn't. It was Melee, which was fine because they're both just as good. Int down evasion, chance nullify, int down debuffs inflicted by enemies' active skills, whatever. I probably wouldn't use this because it's kind of situational, but maybe it could help in certain stages. Let's say, for example, the boss likes to inflict a lot of int debuffs, and you need that int. Let's say they have a minus 99% intelligence debuff for whatever reason, because there's a specific boss that does that in the future. It could be useful maybe to evade it, but it's a chance again. So yeah, if you're equipping two axes, that would suck, because we don't have that many axes, and we don't have any axe units apart from a few like this Melee. Now what I'm happy about this arc, and what I'm more excited about this arc, is these skills down here. These are very good skills. I'm going to say that right now. HP plus for 2 SC, get 500 HP. That's going to be quite nice. That's very good. Even though it's only 500 HP, it's going to stack with like HP ups and stuff, so that's going to be very good. Now, Infinity Drive and Infinity Boost are new skills, so these two are going to be stackable on top of other skills that we've got in the game right now. These 3 skills definitely for sure are going to be the main skills that make this arc valuable. I would really like all of these 3 skills, so I'm hoping we get this arc today, because I really want to get this arc, because the artwork is something I can stare at, and that's it, nothing else, trust me. I'm joking too much in this stream. Infinity Drive for 4 SC, Infinity Boost for 3 SC. I think it's good. 4 SC for 10% light/dark physical damage and special damage. I think it's worth using. I do want to have it. I definitely want it right now on my plus 20 melee build. Now look at this. I know this is nothing crazy. It's probably just a boring accessory, but look at what this is. It's a shoe that's got a mouth on it, and it's got some sweets and stuff, and looks really scary, like you don't want to put your foot in there because it's gonna chew your leg off. And I don't know, I like all of this theme. The theme of putting melee, the theme of melee, all of the torture stuff into Christmas. It's kind of cool. Accessory, battle start, high chance for all enemies, strength defense, int or mind, minus 20%, and all allies, strength defense, int or mind, plus 20%. Nothing crazy really. It could be useful in some situations, but it's not guaranteed, and it says high chance, and it's random, so I wouldn't use it, but it gives 50 MP, so it's good, because the MP could be useful, and that's it. Like, you could put this on a support unit like Sarah, and then she's going to get more MP, and more mines, and she's going to have a chance to debuff and buff allies. In my head, that now sounds pretty good. An item thought to be a peculiar boot that is jolly yet helly. Sure, I'm not going to read all that, but I really want to. So, this arc, in my opinion, I really like this arc. So I'd like to get it, but I don't want to pity anything today, because I'm already going to spend enough on getting duplicates of melee, hopefully, and prisms, so I'm hoping we get lucky, and I can save more crystals, because I've already bought too much. But I've spent 38 minutes talking about a unit and an arc. Usually it'll be a lot less, but I really like this unit and this arc. They're just my favourite things in this game, Melee and Lily, and you put them both together on this arc to make the best artwork I've ever seen. Really cool. I'm gonna come back to that once we get to it. We have our crystals saved. We can do summons a little bit, but I have to check the trading space first, because you know I have to. So the event trading space, I've done a little bit of the event, but I didn't have that much time to fully grind everything out, so I only got a few things from it. At least I got 1,000 materials to get this prism that I so desperately want and need, so we're going to buy that. I'm hoping the event gives at least one more prism for melee, because then it would save me some god relic prisms, and then I could save them for like a, I don't know, future unit. I don't know what I'm saving them for at this point. I'm saving them for my favorite units, so I'm going to do that. Make sure to get everything in this event, you know the drill, just farm it, blah blah. It's still pretty fun though, not gonna lie, because it's a Sun Vessel event again, which I like them. Even though they're reusing the Sun Vessel event many times, it's still very value for materials, you get a lot of stuff. So this collab event ended, obviously. I haven't really talked too much about it, because I've been kind of silent for the last 2 weeks, because I've been busy. I had to finish assignment work, and I've still got to do it over Christmas, and 2 assignments are due in January, so I have a lot of stuff to do, and I've been preparing getting Christmas presents for people and stuff, so I've been kind of busy over the last few weeks, but at least I still have time to do this. So let's go to the paid equipment. I'm quite happy with this. I had to check the paid equipment, because, you know, I had to. Axe, Dark Attribute, very nice. HP and Strength, very good. Now, the trait on this axe, and the fact that we have absolutely 0 good dark axes right now, like a dark Godforge axe that doesn't exist, Dark attack damage 20%, already very nice. Dark attack damage cap 2000, 2000's higher than 1500, so I'm happy with that too. And chance for regular attacks to give exsanguinate debuff. Kind of similar to normal Advocate of God melee, she has a paid sword that has a chance for normal attacks to inflict that debuff, so this is a very good axe, and this is definitely going to be the #1 option to use on her. So if you do get it, it's the best option. Trust me, it's the best weapon to use on her for sure. So don't worry, we're going to be getting everything in this trading space today. My plan is to get this sword, this weapon I mean, this accessory, these 2 prisms, but we'll see. So accessory, strength, defense, mind, okay. Trait is skill damage 10%. We like seeing that because we don't have that many. We have a few, like mint for relief, skill damage 10%, and movement speed. We have a few of those. This also boosts movement speed. Pretty good. Physical / magical damage taken minus 10%. Yeah, this is definitely going to be a very good accessory to use, because she's taking less damage, get more movement speed, and she gets more damage too, so a very good accessory. And she also gets resistance to stun. That's huge. That's very good. Very good accessory, but definitely get the axe first, because this is going to be the best option, because we don't have many axes in this game, especially dark axes, and she's got goddess kills already. So you're going to get a crap ton of MP with this axe equipped because it's dark. So that's good. And this accessory does change her appearance in battle to a more purple color, which suits her attributes more. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm happy with both of these paid equipments. They're pretty solid. Definitely worthy of being paid equipments, and better than some paid equipments we've seen. And we've also got prisms, but I highly recommend the axe. It's the best thing to get. If not, don't worry about it. If you don't want to spend money, but otherwise get the axe if you want to get one of them, or get both, up to you. But I know what I'm doing. And we also got the metal trading space. Now, I've already done 110 pull, but that was for the Redux banner, because I still don't have Santa girls. I would like this arc, not for the waifus, but for the skills Christmas Carol and Ice Mega Boost. I would like those skills. Ice Mega Boost could be potentially useful for Amelia, for Arena, for even more damage. So I would like to have this arc just for that reason, but if we get unlucky, we're not going to be able to get it. But let's hope, because ideally I would like to get everything today. Especially melee. Amazing. Now, we talked about everything. It's 43 minutes into the stream and I still haven't started my summons. Right. Let's get right into the summons now, then. I'm going to get the accessory just because I think it's good. And it means I can use the other accessories that are good on other units. There are now 3 saintly units in this game. So let's have a look at the gachas right now. I had a look at this today, and let me just check, just to show you. This step gacha is pretty good. I'll tell you why. Lap 1, very cheap. Less than 1,000 paid crystals, you get 11 pulls. It's amazing. I highly recommend to do that, even if you're a light spender, because lap 1 could get lucky. It's the cheapest way to do summons. And then lap 2 gradually gets more expensive, but there's still a few cheap pulls, some random items. Then you also got lap 3, and Saintly Melee is guaranteed right here, so it's not that expensive like usual. It's about 21,000 paid crystals just to guarantee the unit, which is rare. Usually it's 30,000 paid crystals. Afterwards you get prisms, so the plan for today is to do all of this step gacha and get these 3 prisms and melee. That's the plan, and hopefully we can get a dupe on the way, and also the arc. If not, we're gonna have to see what we're gonna do next, because I don't know what my plan is after that. But that's what we're going to be doing, because I do have paid crystals, because I stocked up on some. Don't worry about it. Trust me, there was a few deals going on, so I took those deals, and I've been saving. I need more free crystals. There are some tickets and stuff, but I haven't actually gotten any. And there's this one ticket, guaranteed a hero unit, whatever, I'm just going to use it. There's nothing we can possibly get from here that's going to be new, so I don't care what we get at all. And then we'll just do the step gacha and hope we get the arc, because I would really like to have that, and I don't want to have to pity anything. I don't know how many credentials we're going to have, but I'm hoping that we can pull one arc, and if necessary, pity the second one. Obviously this is a guaranteed unit that they gave out for free, so yeah, melee sometimes units can be really stubborn, but you know, hey, that's quite funny, isn't it? You're at +8 right now. Why did I get you? I'm not complaining. That's just funny. Very funny. Incredibly funny. For me. Whatever. I'm just going to ignore that and move on. I'm starting to stock up on these tickets right now, because that day that I spent all these tickets and got absolutely nothing was terrible. Let's hope that doesn't happen again. So, let's go over to the expensive part of this stream and do the step gacha. Starts off incredibly cheap, and then just, you know how it goes. We're going to get melee guaranteed, and we're going to get the prisms, and we're going to get everything, but the question is, are we going to get anything along the way? Obviously this one's a skip, because there's not even anything showing up on this one. We are getting a few bonuses though, like some souls and things will be useful. My plan is to use a rainbow potion in all my mother souls, because I like her that much. And that's it. I don't have a problem. I don't. Okay, let's hope for some new stuff. Lilebette's not going to be good enough for me, sorry. It's no reds yet. My voice probably just gets more worried the further we go down these summons. Most of the time. Let's hope we get the arc. Let's really hope we get the arc, because I really want that. I'm not too worried about melee dupes, but I would like to get them, because they would save some god relic prisms, and potentially some summons, we'll see. It's only a blue. I was hoping it was going to be gold and there would be more luck, but I don't know, it's Christmas. They have to give us presents, right? Not in this temple, it's not a temple, but not in this pool. It's only 6 pools. It's a Christmas event, we should be rewarded, we should be given a present. That's what should happen. Everyone, it should be a rule that literally everyone doing summons over a Christmas event should get more luck. Now here's where it gets more expensive. 10 pool. First 10 pool of today. Definitely not the last. But if there's gonna be 0 reds in this one, I think we're off for a bad day. But there is a red right there, so there's a little bit of hope for a limited arc to show its face. And nothing else. Or it could be a melee. And we'll be incredibly happy too, because that would be duplicates. It is a unit. Could it be melee already? It's not gonna. I didn't look what else is in the banner. I think it's just melee in the new arc, that's it. There's only one, there's nothing. It is gonna be new, but it's melee. Well, there you go, there's the Christmas we like to see. She has come to deliver presents. Now get down on your knees, and what we're gonna do, why? Why am I on my knees? I have many questions. Artwork, amazing. I'm happy we got her ready, but I'm not stopping. We don't stop on one measly copy of Melee. We go for more copies. We go for all the copies we can possibly get. First time in my life. I'm ever saying that. I'll get down on my knees and thank her properly. Whatever that means, you can take that your own way. I don't know what I mean. I even don't know what I'm saying. I just said it. You can interpret that any way you want. So that's up to you. Yeah, in most situations I would not pull for dupes, but this is one of those units that I like so much. So gold, and everyone shows up, but never guarantees anything, because I've been trolled many times. Can I get the arc right now? Please? No? No reds? See? Like I said, even when it looks hopeful, you don't get hope, because it brings you pain. And in that pain is the form of melee. How convenient. Anyways, I guess the first thing I should do right now is put her on my home screen as soon as possible. See, look at this. This is the team that I'm currently using for the event. I'm just waiting for Saintly Melee, and look, she's at plus 10 right now. I could get this melee to plus 20 if I wanted to, but I'm saving these for Saintly Melee. Now, the one thing I'm kind of disappointed with is I wish there was more background to it, you know, like there's some gaps, but in this version there's like covers more of the screen, you know. It's got this giant hand and everything. I'm not complaining, but it still looks very cool. Okay, well, we got melee, we're not stopping because we're going. She's at 50 SC because I'm going to use this prism. I plan to use these, but I'm going to be smart. I'm not going to use them yet. Very nice. Let's keep going. What we're going for at this point, the arc, and more dupes, and prisms, and credentials. So we're going for a lot of stuff. Come on. Zekis is not lucky enough. I'm sorry, it's not good enough for me. I want to press a skip, but I'm going to let it play out just because I like seeing animations. 2 is probably not enough. It is enough for a red, and it's an arc. Could it be the limited arc? Nah, it's not. Our luck couldn't be that crazy, could it? Nah, it can't be that crazy. 99%. This is the guarantee. I just remembered that. But at least there's a red. Even though it's guaranteed. I wish there was a second one though. Okay, now we're on to lap 3. And then we get guaranteed melee at the end, which is another duplicate, or the first one. So there's also this banner, which I kind of want to do, but here's the problem. There's a problem. Problem is, one pickup arc guaranteed is a 50-50 chance of being either arc, and I've already got this one, so there's a 50-50 chance of getting nothing. So I'm worried about this, and I want to do it, but because I want the arc, but I don't want to yet. We're just gonna keep going. Come on, we need the arc right now, as soon as possible. I know what's gonna happen. We're not gonna get it, but it's Christmas. Don't be a blue. I knew it. I predict the future many times. It's not good enough. Sorry, there's no reds in this one. Man. We need more reds. We need more new things. I know we got a melee already, but it's not enough. I need more melees. I demand it. I have a problem. At least we have enough. After we do all these summons, we're going to test her for sure and max her out and everything, because this is terrible. I've got a bunch of skills learned already, because I was learning some skills the other day. So I was learning Dark Drive, Dark High Drive, a few other skills. I already have Purple Orb equipped, well learned, and I've already got Honey Elixir learned, and Apple Pie just in case, Skill Slot 2, all the good stuff. I don't know if I have skills like Bow Equip and stuff that I might want to use. I think our luck's gone. I think Melee came home and then took all our presents. I think she did that. Yeah, I see that's the problem now. She came home, took all our presents, ran away. Now we're getting no reds. Come on, limited arc. It's only a blue. Why is it only a blue? Why are the reds non-existent? I'm gonna skip this one right now, because there's nothing left. I don't think we're gonna get the arc today, are we? We could get it my other way. The summon way, which I don't want to do, but I was really hoping that we could get both arcs. Pull one of them, pity the second one. That was my plan. So, next 10 pull after this is a guaranteed melee, dupe, and then after that is prisms. Great stuff. Give me a red on this one. I'm feeling the reds. No, I'm not. It's a blue, never mind. No. The reds are gone. Melee stole them, like I said. Sad, very much so, but we don't have to worry about that now. The next temple is a guaranteed melee. It's quite cheap for a melee. Why do they make melee so cheap in this one? I don't know. So there's a guaranteed red, but there's a chance that there could be 2 reds. Let's hope. Because we still need the arc. That artwork is just very nice. Obviously it's going to be a red. We know this. And we know it's a melee as well. But what else? Nothing? Only one red that's going to be melee and that's it? Probably. That's probably my luck, knowing me. We know what it is. Don't give me that animation bollocks. Only one. Told you. I said that before it even showed up. Trust me, there's no delay. We get a potion too. There's the first duplicate of today. Trust me, that's actually the only duplicate we're getting, because the rest are prisms. Unless we're lucky enough. So the final lap of this step gacha, you get 3 prisms. And if I just double check right now how many summons we've done and what credentials we have. We have 91. We can get these 2 prisms as well here, so that's going to be a lot of prisms. Let's get this stuff right now, because why not? I plan to anyway. Yes, all this stuff is great. Just don't buy the black Santa coat, because you'll regret doing that. We can already get the prisms. Oh yeah. Great stuff. Still need the arc though. We're halfway there, which is sad, because I was hoping we were going to get the other arc too. Really. Game. Usually I would definitely stop here and not do more summons. Probably. Unless I wanted the arc that badly. But come on, reds. We need more reds. I don't think there's a red in this one. Nope. I'm gonna skip. Don't waste your time. At all. Because it's the worst temple you ever seen in your life. Don't look at it. It's ugly. You don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. Disgusting. Pretend that didn't happen, but we did get 1 prism, so that's good. Man, this isn't going that well, is it? The only thing we've gotten is one melee, and I kind of want Santa Girls. But we're going to keep going on this banner because I want the prisms. I need them. Well, main reason why I don't play on Steam, at least right now, I need access to my paid crystals that I can only use on emulator since I buy them on Android. So if I were to log into Steam, it won't have my paid crystals on there. Finally. Not yet. I will soon. Sad. I only just got it recently. But trust me, I know how badly I want to build. You probably know how badly too. I will load Steam once I've stopped using paid crystals, that's what I always do. Because it's way faster. Come on, Ark. Where have you gone? I kinda wanted it. Don't troll me again for the second time today. Okay? Game. Almost did it again, it almost trolled so bad. I'm personally not gonna pull on that gacha because I have everything, I think. Still nothing. But it's a very good gacha for newer players, but the only problem is they're not limited units, so... But they're still some of the best units in the game, arguably, so for newer players it's the best way to reroll right now. Let's do these last two, and then we're not going to be touching any more paid crystals today, and we're going to save those for whenever, and I'm going to be sad because we didn't get that lucky, unless this temple. Nah. If we get the limited arc, one of them. No. Yes. No. Maybe. No. We've gotten many SSR dupes today, so here's the... how many? 4 or 5? Oh my god, seriously, they're gonna do this like me. It is. There are 0 golds. Why? This game is weird. Last temple for paid crystals. I think once this temple's done, the entire step gacha's finished. We still need the arc though, and the other arc. I know what's gonna happen. We're gonna pull the one arc that I've already got. Oh, come on, man. This isn't even worth my time watching this. But I'm gonna anyway. Just because people like seeing animations, makes them, I don't know. Feels more interesting, but see, I told you it wasn't worth waiting for. Well, there you go, there's all the summons for paid crystals today. Now, what's my plan now? I don't know. I was hoping we were gonna get another thing from that. Like the limited arc, but luck's terrible. And I can't miss out on something so amazing. So we're gonna get it anyway. I know. Paid crystals. At least I'm keeping this game alive. I know that. Is this fun? No. Otherwise, nobody would do it. Yeah, we need 50 summons, and then we can guarantee one arc that's... and we'll not get the other. Come on, this is terrible. This is bad. 1, 2, 3. Oh man, I'm gonna be sad with this. I know I am. Problem with this now is I don't have as much free crystals up I would like, because ideally I'd like to be above 90k. But since we're not spending any more paid crystals today, I'm gonna spend this time to switch over to the Steam version because it's way faster. So I'm gonna do that. And then we're going to continue the summons and do 50 summons, and I'll see what happens. Because ideally, I would like to get one of the arcs that I don't have right now. I need to close it. Never mind. I've already done the update, it took way too long. Already an hour. I still haven't tested her yet, but what sane person would get duplicates for a unit when they haven't even tested them? Me. That feels good. We're almost there. We could get at a plus 20 right now, but I'm saving those because we can get at least 1 or 2 from the event. So, I'm going to be smart. And now, what we're going to do with our free crystals is... Maybe I could talk about what I'd recommend for most players to do. Well, load. I would like you to load, because I can't see what I'm pulling on unless you load. Well, if you don't spend much but you buy little bits, then step 1 of the step gacha is pretty worth doing. Just in case, if you're lucky, it's up to you. And the other gachas, I usually recommend to pull for newer units because they're more valuable when worthwhile. It's a gold. But I personally feel like Meilee's going to be a good unit, but I haven't tested it yet, so I can't confirm, but I don't care if she's good because I know she's good in my head. There is a red, but it's a duplicate of an SSR that we've got many times. Let's see, I don't think we're going to get the limited arc, I really don't. So there's a really big problem, and that problem is that if we get the other arc from this guaranteed, then we're only going to be able to pity 1 arc, and we're going to miss out on Santa Girls again. Then I'm going to have to wait another year and be sad, so... There is 0... I'm not going to pity 2 limited arcs, so for that reason we can only get 1 unless we get luck today, and I need that right now because it's looking terrible in this 10 pool. 10 pool has no reds because it's only a blue, and there's 1 animation which is an instant skip for me. Many golds, but it's useless. Very useless. Here's why it's so stressful. Because the 10 pull right here is a 50-50 chance. And when you lose that 50-50 chance, it feels terrible. Because you know what you could have gotten, but you didn't. Because you lost a 50% chance. And I'm skipping this. I don't have any words anymore. But man, it's not great, is it? I don't want to do it. I really don't. So I'm gonna stall for time. Because I like doing that. And I'm gonna wait and hopefully get a red from one of these the single pools and get the limited arc right game, maybe. Because I really need one of them. And then I can pity the other one, that's the plan, but it's not always gonna work, is it? No. I don't know. I should just do the temple and get it done with. But I don't want to. Okay, we're doing it. I'm just gonna do it. I'm not gonna comment on it. Okay. I'm just gonna do it and not say anything. Have my drink and sit back and watch. Because I know what's going to happen, and I don't want to be mad, because it ruins your game experience for everyone. At least be 2 reds, come on. Nah, this is terrible. Today's horrible. I told you. Good news is that we got 2 more single salmons. And to guarantee 1 arc. And that's it. But, man, is it terrible. I'm gonna do a temple. Because I want to. And it's a waste of crystals. The secret here is, if you save the pity, pull the arc first, pity the second arc. Let's go together. Which SSR is it this time? We haven't got a temple with more than 1 red yet, and here it is. Another dupe. I don't want to keep going, but I also do. So I don't know what to do. I mean, there is no best. I don't know what to do anymore, because I don't really want to spend more. But I really want to have both arcs. I really do. I would really like both arcs, and all that means is to pull 1 of them. If I pull 1, I can just easily get the second one instantly. But it's not looking like that's gonna happen, is it? I don't think we're gonna get anything from these. Yeah, there's no reds even. Why am I doing this? I should stop. But I want the arcs. How badly do I need it? Good question. Not terribly. Really. Well, ice. What am I missing? The only thing is ice mega boost and melee. No, it's not melee. Ice mega boost from Santa Girls, because obviously if I were to pity an arc, I would get the new one and not the older one. For Santa Girls, I'm missing ice mega boost, and yeah, I know it's terrible. It's very bad. I shouldn't be doing this, but I really would like an arc. Please, game, just give me 1 new arc, and I'll be done. That's all I need. I don't think we could get it, you know, but there's a very tiny chance that we do, but at this point it's just a waste of crystals, because I've already got enough to pity 1 arc, and after that, the rest are wasted. So, if I had a brain, I would stop and just skip and cut my losses and forget that Santa Girls exist, because it's not a big loss, because I don't need it, do I? But when it comes back in a year, but that's too long for me. Really is too long. I should stop. I'm not doing more 10 pulls because it's not worth it. Really isn't. Single pulls are the way because they don't waste crystals, because if I were to get an arc in 1 single, that would have meant that I would have saved the rest of the crystals that would have been wasted on that 10 pull. I don't think this is one of the worst summons I've seen for a one item in my life. There's been the least amount of reds that I've ever seen, ever, in my serious gacha edition addiction that I don't have. That doesn't exist. If the arc isn't on my account, then I am not on my account. Cause, I don't know, I'm just coming up with random words to say because I'm just disappointed in everything right now. So, I'm gonna leave it there and see how we're doing. I really want both arcs, I do. See, I can pity one, but I can't get the other. That's why it's sad. See, the problem, I would only use this arc if for Christmas Carol and for Ice Mega Boosts. And that's probably it. I would like to get this one more, and I can get it right now and then just stop, so I think I'm gonna do that. Maybe. Hey, I think this is the worst time to join because I'm lost and I'm just devastated. I don't care about the guaranteed unit because I've already got both of them. You know what I could do is I could do the event, and or I could just stop and come back later and do this one single pull and get a red from this one. It's the opposite. I don't know. I'll stop at 70 and then we'll focus more on important things. Well, I know what I want to pick. I want the new one. I want that the most, but I would like to have both is the problem. I can't pity both is the thing, so the only way I can get both is if I get luck, and I don't have it. See, this blue, I've gotten 322 plus 1 times. And this blue right here is gold and got 216 plus 1 times. It's horrible. West. Done too many summons. I don't know what to do. Because if I pity it, there's a small chance I could get a dupe of it, so... I don't know. If you think about it, the best chance to get an arc is not on this one, because the one pull that's guaranteed a unit can't be an arc, so it's a waste. Yeah, I would wait too, but... do I know what that word means? I don't know if I do. I'm gonna go until I get one single red, and then I'm gonna showcase melee and look at stuff, because I don't wanna do any more. And I don't know why I'm on this one either, because, well, my thing I'm thinking of is you get tickets for the melee banner, but not this banner, right? So, one red, this one, no, more like 200,000 crystals later. I've done many 10 pulls at this point, and 0 have given any reds, and I'm kind of concerned. I'm kind of worried about my existence right now. There you go, there's a dupe of nothing that's rate up. That's what it is. I don't think I should continue because I have no reason to. I'm just gonna ignore and go to melee now. I still haven't built Luke, by the way. I know we get tickets, but usually it's terrible. If I just check the event, I've done some of it, but there's a few tickets in here, like one. This one ticket right here could give me the arc. This one, it won't, but there's a chance. Why is there just one ticket? Where are the rest of them? They're not. They're probably in the trading space. So here's my plan. I'm not gonna trade for one of these arcs because there's a chance I could still get this arc as a duplicate from tickets, and it's happened in the past where I've pitied an arc and then gotten a dupe from tickets and I was sad, so I don't want that to happen. So to be smart, I will save the pity. But I do have 52 left. Yeah, it's been terrible sometimes. I have 51 of these. What do I use them on? It's a question, because I don't care about anything that's right here. Obviously, Lilebette prisms. Yeah, buying something, then get a dupe. It just feels terrible, because the game knows that you got it, and it's like, I'm gonna give it to you now because you've already got it. It's just laughing. I know it is. Anyways, I think I'm gonna leave the summons there for today, because otherwise I would be here doing 400 summons, and I'm not going to do that. So to stop me from doing that, I will just stop entirely and just go to melee and build her as soon as possible. So we're going to do the fun part now, the part I was looking forward to. Getting close to level 49 means absolutely nothing, but it's something. I'm still saving those just because there's a slim chance I could get a dupe one day or something, so we don't know what can happen. Let's learn everything. Maybe this is the one time that I would 5th enhance straight away. Good question. Gonna be the fastest building you've ever seen in your life. Probably not. Let's learn everything that we can, possible, and try her out, because I really want to do that. I really want to test out everything. Yeah, it's always fun to try out a new unit, but not after those arcs didn't appear. At least we got one melee. We pulled one melee. The rest were just prisms and one guaranteed dupe, but it's better than nothing. Sometimes it feels like it is nothing though. Because if I was a light spender or just free to play or something, I would have gotten that one melee copy and then stopped and saved everything else, but that's boring. And yeah, I don't have to worry. It's fun. It's not fun. Summons are only fun when you get lucky, and that's a fact, everyone knows that. That's why they summon, because they want to get lucky and they don't, and they're like, I hate this game. They come back to it, go back to the gacha. It's a system. I know it full well, because I've done too many gacha games, trust me. And I'm like, always trying to overthink it and thinking I'm doing the right thing when I'm not. I mean, I have spent a lot on Genshin Impact, but Nightbot at it again. I've reached a point where I know I should stop myself, and I know when to stop. Sometimes. Yeah, like trying to explain to a normal person that don't play these games that, oh mum, I just wanted to spend this amount of money just so I can get this anime waifu on my screen even stronger than before, and I'm missing this arc which has absolutely no meaning to them. All they're seeing is this half-naked girl and they're like, I want to spend money on... It's like a strip club, it really is. It's what your parents are gonna think if they see this. Or just anyone that has no idea of any of these games at all. They would just think you're crazy. But I don't care about that. Nobody should. Stay crazy because that's unique as a person, trust me. Everyone knows that. Not from experience, just from knowledge that I hopefully have. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm looking forward to trying out this unit because she's at plus 14 right now. And it's the first time I've gotten that many dupes. In the past, getting dupes was really difficult. Incredibly difficult. Because there were no step catchers that could give prisms and events. Like, DOH, getting a DOH unit to plus 20 is the hardest thing in the whole world to do. I would never go for a DOH unit of plus 20. Limited unit, different story because it's a lot easier. Especially this one. It's manageable. And I can do it. So I will. Once. Don't let your dreams be dreams, just do it. For the waifus. They want your money. Yeah, DOH terrible for pity. Yeah, here's the thing, I've had thoughts about things like, I should just quit phone games altogether and I would save money and I could spend it on important things and have more fun, but I don't actually do it because I'm like, whatever, I have fun, so I don't care. I think that's all of them. Yeah, what's the ward? Damage cap. Yes, I love it. Well, people argue, they talk about they spend money saving up for like a car or something, and then other people spend on games. I'm one of those people that don't care about cars, don't care about fancy stuff, I just spend on having fun, and that's more important to me. Otherwise, I would not want to exist on this planet anymore. That's the point. I have to have some meaning. Maybe, I mean, sometimes I have a problem of trying to have the best possible thing and be the strongest. Occasionally. Like, for example, in Genshin Impact, if I were to get a unit, I would then want to get their weapon because it's going to make them even better. And I would feel bad if I were to use any 4-star weapon or something because it's less damage, you know, and overall potential is going to be less. And that sometimes is just enough to make me want to get it. Sometimes. Anyway, I don't need plus 20, but I want to, and here's the thing. I haven't done this before, so this is the only time I'm going to do it. I did it the same thing in Genshin Impact. I got Nahida to C6, and I'm like, I want to do it once for the experience, and then I want to know what it's like, and then never do it again, because I have fun in experiencing it, you know, for the first time. That's kind of the same thing here. I want to experience the glory, the power of a +20 melee, you know. You could put that anywhere you want as well. I'm not going to judge anything. We have everything. We're going to keep her at base skills for the moment, and then we'll start teaching a bunch of stuff, because I could just do this, you know. But I'm not going to do that yet. I still really like Genshin. I play it as my second main game, but I'm trying to be free to play right now. So let's look at weapons. Axe, Dark, there's literally hardly any. There's her paid axe. Apart from that, not really anything else that gives damage for paid axes well, for dark axes. There are not many good axes in this game right now. If you look at axes, I have 17. The best one is probably this. That's a pretty good one, but it's not attributes, so it's not dark. And you also got nothing else. So that's really the only options you've got for axes, is use what you've got, because there aren't many options. That's why I recommend to get the paid axe if you want to, because it's so good. But if I were not to get the paid axe, I would use this instead and get it to +40, because it's worth it. It's just a lot of materials, requires a lot. So she doesn't have dual wield yet, but I'm changing that because I hate using only one weapon when a unit could be using dual wield, unless they're single wield unit, and she isn't. So for testing purposes, I'm going to equip dual wield, because I don't think single wield is a good test for base skills. And second weapon, I haven't decided yet. There's a few things I want to do for second weapon. If I look at dark swords, first of all, there's none. There's no dark swords, basically. So that's sad. Obviously we've got a lot of good swords, but I had an idea of using a bow. The Godforged bow I think is pretty good, so I might try that out just to test it. I will do that later. But you could also put on Trishula if you want, and there's also a sword that I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you one sword that very few people might have after the collab we just had, which is this one that I haven't gotten yet, but I'm gonna get it right now, just for the sake of getting it. And it's pretty decent, but it's only 10% damage, but it's still good though. I think it's a good sword. Gives crit rate, and 10% damage isn't very high. Like Muramasa is 25%, so you might not want to use this, but I'm gonna try it. I got it a +1. I don't know why. I was pretty lucky with that collab, but my luck with melee was not the best, at least with the arc. Because I knew there was going to be a Christmas unit after the collab, but I still got everything from the collab, because I think this collab was pretty good. The time trial showed how good the units were. I didn't really focus too much on time trial because I was too busy. Yeah, I was really hoping for a nice unit, but it's even better than a nice unit. What can be better than a nice unit? Melee. That's what I say. What could be better than that? Lily. And that's it, nothing else. I still want the arc, but I'm forget that exists for now. Now if I go to dark swords, I actually have one. Woo. Now I can use it. I'm never going to be sad with melee. I'm just sad with the arc. That's it. But I can guarantee it right now, but I'm just going to be I'm gonna be smart and save the pity just in case. Now for accessories, there are a lot of good accessories. The two main accessories, this one, even gives stun resistance. And I'm just remembering her paid one. Right, this one. So I think this is good. But there's also, as you know, another one which more people are going to have. Equilibrium Sphere. Would I use this instead? Maybe. It gives plus 10 to light resistance. That makes her light resistance 0 instead of minus 10. That's for physical damage. It might be better than this. That gives stun resistance. That her paid also gives stun, so I guess not a big deal. Yeah, that bow. I don't have bow equip on yet. Maybe I have it learned. I didn't check that. I should have, because I planned to try and build with bow equip. Yeah, I do. There's also a claw, but it's for poison only, so I wouldn't recommend it. If I go to bows, this one's very good. I want to try it out with a build very soon, but not yet. It's kind of like a Trishula, but not as good. It's definitely not as good, but still good though. But you can't put bow boosts on, that's the only problem. But good news is you can have SE for other skills, but would you rather use that SE on other skills or just put a sword on instead? I don't know. I don't know on a build yet. I'm just gonna keep this for the moment. I guess I could use Equilibrium Sphere, but it doesn't matter. Let's just keep this for now. What's her stats looking like? Very, very nice. More Mother Souls. Her age is still unknown. Here's the funny part. You never guess this, but her birthday is on the same month as mine. So, just saying, it's pretty nice. Now I can test her out. That's what we've been waiting for. At least what I have. So this is technically base skills, by the way. Only thing I have is dual wield and honey elixir, because dual wield just makes it easier. And you're most likely, if you're using this unit, you have to have dual wield. Unless you're going for a single wield build, which, why would you do that? You crazy person. Plus 14. Let's try her out now. And the arc what arc would I recommend? Well, I think the best arc for her is going to be God of Ruin, for sure, which is funny. Because she's got her own arc too, she's got melee mare. But that's not her best option, because she doesn't inflict ailments. Which is sad. I was hoping she would inflict ailments, and was going to be an improvement, but she's kind of a different unit. She is quite good, but I haven't tried her yet. I'm just going to try her out right now. I'm going to use God of Ruin, because that's probably the best arc option. And then this could be good for damage and any normal arcs you have. Let's try her out, because I'm looking forward to it. She's pretty fun. I like the animations. Probably one of my favourite units. So, what stage? Just go the same stage and try it out. Got honey elixir. I think this is all I need. Let me just test it. So this is with some pretty good equipment. Arguably some very strong equipment. Accessories and an arc. But base skills. Basically. So at the start of the battle she does get a skill 3 already. Now I want to know what the range is of her skill 3. So you want this box. If I just check, she has present fury already. What I didn't remember to do is to remove one of the presents. Let's use skill 3 first. I got flinched. Okay, now I know that's a problem. Skill stocks are looking okay. 442. Pretty nice. Skill 1. I like it. You see all these animations are pretty cool. Look at that skill 2. I just love the animation of that. Skill 3 is what we've all been waiting for. That's so good. How spammable are they? Not the most spammable, but... See, this is like, you know, Phantom Thief Robin skill 2. It's basically the same. Obviously, yeah, he's got plus 50 dark resistance, that's a problem. Break. There you go. Took a while though. Took all my skills. Now, good news. Goddess Kiss exists on this unit. Normal attacks. Well, obviously she's not doing good damage yet, but special. This won't do very much. Well, it's not bad. It's pretty cool though. That cake. This time, the cake is gonna eat you. It's the other way around. It's pretty cool. She looks all purple too, because I got her paid accessory on. Pretty cool. I'm gonna do that again. And soon we will start making a build and things, because that's gonna be fun. I think I'm gonna go for a Council of 10. I don't actually need it though. I guess to make it easier, because I know what I want to do. Yeah, I do like that, because any equipment that changes the way they look is always, I think they're pretty good. Always worth, might as well put on skill stocks for now, and this is still base skills because I'm not adding damage. Summer units, probably. I didn't get her paid. I want to test the range of her skill 3, how wide it is. And don't get confused how wide she is, how wide the skill is. Not the best. Didn't even hit that guy. But it's something. So this time she doesn't have a buff because she has debuff, right? I can't. Let's use this. I'm trying to understand her skills at the same time. I can't use this right now because it's on an ally only. She can't apply it to herself, I think. Which makes sense. And there's no allies in this level right now. Yeah. See right there, Pandora's Box War, cut damage dealt. Yeah, you want to remove War. I definitely want to do that. Maybe I can test how spammable a skill 3 is. I like it. I still love these animations, even though, look at those hits going up, 200 hits. Just spam these skills non-stop. Obviously it's not very fast. She isn't going to be a time trial unit, sadly, but she's going to be a unit that I'm going to use for a very long time. Just because she's pretty cool. There you go, they're dead finally. Well, the damage is not terrible, but this is at 5th enhance with base skills. And that boss did have plus 50 dark resistance. I guess I can try building her now, or I can try some other tests first. Like the damage tests, I could do that. I might as well. because I want to. I'm gonna do it with the normal team. Ideally, X-Bet should be good for this. And I make sure she doesn't use skills. And we should be fine. Just to try this out. Here we go. I'm just gonna see what damage is like now. X-Bet's gonna give her Slayers because she kinda needs that. At least with base skills. To be able to hit closer damage cap. I have seen some good numbers with her. Not gonna lie. Yeah. People that have to wait a year, it's she's still good, so it's still worth getting for sure. Anything else I need to do? I don't think so. Let's Theopolis and skill 3 spam. Base skills 50k. That's pretty good actually. There's some nice numbers. She was hitting damage cap. Kind of expected those buffs though. Yeah, the problem with that is just too much spamming buttons and requires some, you know, you need to know how to do it properly. Maybe this time I can try without X-Bet, just see. I didn't even know what buff she got that time, I didn't pay attention to that.
There wouldn't be a show without me.
I'm gonna do this right now. I'm gonna remove Pandora's Box War because I want a damage cap. There you go. Now Fury will always activate. Yeah, I still need to do Maze. I'm slowly doing it. I've done a few stages like a week ago or something. I think before the time trial I did a few stages. And then I haven't touched it since. But I do want to. It's just, I don't want to speed through it because it gets difficult. And becomes not fun if I do too much. Same with the time trial, is I stop after a certain amount of tries because it just gets not fun. Because people get competitive and stuff, and I don't care about competitive at all. It just ruins the fun for me. So let's do the same thing we did before, but this is without X-Bet, and I have the guaranteed buff as well. I saw the present above her head. That was funny. I could try an S2. This time, 58. Ooh, that's pretty good. You can see the damage on a skill 3 on one skill 3 is pretty strong. On those crits too. Yeah, some floors are just quite difficult because I'm like, I know I can beat it with this team, but it's difficult because I keep dying. I think that was on floor 13 or something I was on, and I just had to rely on I don't get frozen. If I got frozen, probably died. I could try out her special damage, I guess. I could do that. Just for fun. And then we can start building her properly, and then I can have a proper build and try her out in arena and stuff, and it's gonna be fun. Yeah, I think it was 13. I'm gonna check. I don't care about the time I get. I only care about clearing it. Even though I'm an endgame player, I'm not competitive. I just try and do the best I can when I feel like it. It was floor... yeah, this one. It was terrible. I kept getting frozen. I didn't like it. This one took me the longest time, but everything else... And I kinda didn't care about floor 1. Because, you know, Alice, I just wanted to get it done. I could redo it, but I can't be bothered yet, and there's no reason to, so. I tried this stage a little bit, but I haven't gone back into it since I changed my team, and I was gonna try Eliza and just spam Meteor and hope that it's enough MP to kill everything, but I don't know yet. I haven't properly tried it. Let's go back and test her one more time. This time with her special damage, and then I'll try to build her properly. Which is going to be fun, and use all my materials, but it's worth it. Trust me. At least it is for me. Best way to do this... Eldravana. On beta, I did get top 10 in the beta, but I haven't done it in the permanent one. On the beta I went a lot harder than I am right now, just because it was limited time, so I felt like I had to do it, you know. And it was a new thing, so it's fun. And now they made it more difficult and stuff. Still fun though. I guess I could try this out, but that should be fine. I think. See, I know there's not many people that have cleared floor 30. I know I could do that if I just went hard on it, but I don't want to, because I don't find that fun. And I don't like quickly doing everything, you know, because I like taking time, having fun with it, and playing other games at the same time as well. Because I'm not one to just focus on one game non-stop, you know. Sometimes I am, like, for example, on Pokemon, if I'm trying to get this one shiny, I'm gonna do it non-stop until I get it. Then I'll be happy with it, and then probably have a break and chill again. So what's the plan for this? I think we'll use Theopolis, and then special and see what it's like. Just as tests. That's some nice numbers. But didn't kill them all. Skill 3 will. I like it. Because the problem with Advocate of God melee was when the enemy had no ailments, her damage cap was too low. But when an enemy has all ailments, her damage cap is incredibly high. It can go up to like above 40,000. But this version of melee can already do that. But can't spam skills as fast, so... Let's see, let's start building her properly now, because I want to do that. There we go. Makes me feel better getting some crystals back that I wasted. Or nothing. I still want to get the arc right now, but I don't want to waste those credentials just in case. Man, but I want it for my build that I'm going to build right now. I'm just going to worry about that later. Let's do the thing that I didn't want to do, because Mother Souls are precious, but I might as well use them on a unit that I like. 1,200 is not that bad, because I got 19,000. I've been saving Mother Souls. There was one event that gave us so many. One of the anniversary events, I think, gave like 10,000 Mother Souls. It's crazy. I'm going to use all of this. I've still got a lot left. Now she's at 104. So close. I'm not doing that yet. I'm going to wait. This is good enough. And now, might as well put her on my support just because I must do that. Now let's build properly. Yeah, that was an amazing event. They should do it again, but they don't want to because it was too good. It was way too good. So here's the thing: is I don't want to make my final build yet because I have some testing to do. Now, I have a few builds ideas. I'm going to try the first build first, and that's going to be with a bow. So I'm going to try that out. And I'm still going to have honey elixir and all the skill stocks and everything because I feel like it's useful. Might have some HP in there too, and critical up skills. This is going to be a crit build, okay? That's my plan for this one. I just want to test it out because she has some crit and the damage cap on crits too, so I don't expect this is going to be an amazing build, but I must try it. This is the builds for equipment, and now the skills is where it gets interesting. What do I want to use, really? Critical. Most of the time I'll use fast critical, but she does have the magic skill. Critical phaser. Yeah, I don't really need to use it then. I'm gonna try and figure out what I want to use this SE on. Yeah, that's fine. Can watch it anytime, because it's going to be uploaded anyways. So, at least thanks for coming anyways. I like the people that just hang out here because it's pretty fun. At least for me. I hope everyone else do, but at least I get to test things out and you get to see it and see what's good. At least I hope so. She has some good healing, by the way. So, Pride, she could benefit from that. So you could put on Pride, even though she has Pride 2 already, they stack, so I might, but I'm going to put that on at the end. But I have 100% want to put on Dark Drive and High Drive. Attack raises a maybe. Elemental boost doesn't include Dark, obviously you want Pose of Glory. Pose of Honor, I personally like it, get MP. Might as well. Pirate's Face you don't need, Spirit Breath I would only use if I was also had a healer on the team, but I don't, it's just a solo for like multiplayer and stuff. Would be pretty good for multiplayer. Bless Speed, extra attack boost, yeah, that's good. Axe boost and high boost is a must pretty much. Well, it's not really, but it adds good damage. There are no bow boosts, so I can't put those on. I don't think I'm going to put that on. Skill stock, I think that's fine. And anything else? Giant Killing 2, now we're at 103. Guess what the last one SC is going to be used on? Some speed. Now, there are a few skills I'm missing, like, this skill is pretty good, I like to have it. And automatic equipped and stuff like that, but maybe for the moment this is good enough. We'll see. Maybe I don't even need skill stock 2, because she's going to have 5 skill stocks already. Having 6 might be a bit too much, wouldn't it? Maybe. You're right. But then that means I'll have 4 SC for something else. I don't know if speed is important for her. What would I use for 5 SC? I would like to put that on. Then I've got 2 left. I know what I'm going to do. Just that for speed, and then fast speed is somewhere over here. There you go. This is just for the moment. I'm going to test this out. I should have Ardor. I should put that on for 4 FC instead of something else, because that's the crit, which I'm doing. Crit build. I do have it. Yeah, she wants speed, but she does have a close the gap skill, I think. So, might not be a massive deal. What do I remove now? Nothing, I don't want to HP. We'll go with this. So, this is mostly crit. Obviously, you're not going to have a build like this because it's 104 AC, but I want to mess around with a few builds like this. So, I'm going to try this for the moment. Stats should be pretty nice. And let's try it out with the arc that I just want to try. This one. Bow equipped critical rate 10%. and you get an extra attack after each crit. So that's the reason why I wanted to try this. So I'm gonna try that right now. Yeah, that is pretty fun, just kick enemies in the face. Relatable. They could do a lot of unit ideas. I'm glad they do have good ideas for units. Because there could be a unit that, like, I don't know. They've done a lot of good ideas that I would have probably chosen. Like, summoning waves, massive waves to kill enemies and Christmas trees and stuff. Basically have that. Let's try this out. This is going to be with this build and with the bow. She doesn't have Human Slayer, so I don't know if she's going to hit damage cap. Probably won't. But I must test this out. Let's use Honey Elixir first. She's got the present for damage cap. Skills docs. I should have used critical phaser actually. MP, you see that MP and I'm getting back instantly. Okay, now what's the plan? Let's just spam skills and see what it's like. It looks to hit damage cap. It looks like it is. Looks like it is. Skill 3. That's pretty good. Not gonna lie. That didn't hit damage cap. I have to try that a few more times to really see if that's actually good or not. Because I don't know. I think the best test is to do one test like this, test how much damage one skill 3 does, and then do my other build and test what that damage is like with one skill 3. Probably the best thing to do. I'm probably going to do that. Yeah. Shift Medina S2. There's like a tornado thing. It's pretty cool. Come on, let me use it. Don't slap me. I won't take punishment. Okay, now I don't want to get flinched. I did, obviously. I want to test how much damage one skill 3 does, but it's hard to do that. I think she gets more damage and stuff when they got exsanguinate. And there is one stage. Yeah, some people probably gonna wail for this unit like me, but I don't know how good she is yet. Let me try. I could try a different stage, but I don't know if I should. It's one enemy though. Let me just do this one more time. I'm gonna try and look at the numbers. And I'm gonna try different builds without a bow and put on a sword, I think. Actually, this isn't a good test because the boss has dark resistance. Good point, me. I remembered. You've got dark resistance, so it's not a good test. 1, 4, 6. Okay. 1, 4, 6. Ideally, I want to test against an enemy that has 0 dark resistance. I'm gonna check the other stage that I'm thinking of right now. Or there's a different stage with gods I could try. What are they resistant? There was a story stage I did recently that has one arena, right? I think it was this one. There's that one enemy in this, I think, which could be a punching bag for testing. This guy got 50 dark resistance as well. Why does everyone have dark resistance, man? I can't do my testing like this. I'll go to the other stage. It's gonna be terrible. It probably has defense or something. Yeah, those stops are not gonna do very much. Yeah, I'm not gonna test this. This is terrible. So her skill 3 does require her to be in range of the enemies. So she's not that crazy. they're still pretty good hits though. She can get flinched out of it, which is sad because Xbet can't. Well, when she uses it and then gets flinched, she can. The animation still goes on. I think it's this one I want to do. I do like that she gets a skill 3 at the start of the battle all the time. I don't remember what their resistance is. Also 50 to dark. Well, I guess I'm just not gonna have anyone. I could just put on Theopolis and make this a lot easier, you know. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do one more thing, and then I'm gonna change the build up on a more normal, typical build that I would use. Basically the same thing, but instead have a sword and more damage without this arc. So for the sake of testing, and to make everything easier, I'm gonna use Thuria and put on Theopolis and use one skill 3 and see how much damage it does with this build. That's gonna make it so much better. Probably not a good test, but yeah, it means both tests are gonna damage cap. So we'll see. I don't really need to do anything, do I? Well, critical phaser and just wait here and Theopolis and use a skill 3 and see how much damage it does to the boss. So we got 288. Let's just see what it goes down to. 1339. Okay. I'll try and keep that in mind. So it goes down to 133. Then I'm going to change my build and see if a different build would do more damage than that. 'Cause that's kind of what I want to test really. Is a crit build actually going to produce good damage, better damage than a normal build for damage cap like with God of Ruin? Because I would use this and I would change out bow or something else, which for this example, a sword, and then put on sword boosts. That means I'm going to have to remove some skills, but it's fine. Sword boost and high boost. Obviously going to have more damage, but no extra attacks from crits. I don't need that for this test. Let's try that now. Do I think it's going to be more or less damage? I can't really say. I guess I don't need to walk over here, but I just want to. Skill 3 time. It is a tiny bit more. Well, there you go. I guess it doesn't really matter what build you have, because the crit build is no benefit. Well, you get the bow, which is good for Goddess Kiss, and also can cut resistances as well, so maybe that will make it good. We'll see. I think the crit build is more RNG related to damage, you know. They both seem kind of similar, they're very similar, that it doesn't really matter which build you use at this point, so... Anything else I would change? I don't know. Maybe I'll just try out bow a few more times, just to make sure. Because if bow always does less damage, then there's no point to use it. So obviously in total it's going to give less damage, but it's going to have reduced resistance and stuff. I just like to test this out. This is what I would do if I was just by myself testing this unit. When enemy resists dark, physical attacks reduce enemy resistance and deal damage. This is kind of like a dark attribute Trishula, but not as good. It just says reduce resistance by I don't know how much. Maybe I should look at that. Maybe I should look at how good it is. I could get it to plus 40 too, but don't want to do that yet, just in case. It might be a waste. Then we don't need these. That's the only difference. And I'll try it again with the arc, because why not? I like testing this. I know crit build probably going to be worse overall, for sure. I can also test her in arena soon. I'm definitely going to do that. Focus on the boss and then wait. And now Theopolis and should be fine. It's gonna do pretty similar damage. See, it did a little bit better that time. It's random is the problem. Difficult to say. I don't know. It's roughly similar. Let's say if you're up against an enemy that has higher defense, then you're gonna probably need the damage more than the crits, I'm gonna assume. You could also go with Icy Guardian, so I'm also gonna test that out, but I don't know, it's probably gonna be better, isn't it? Because most of the time, 99% of the time, it's better. I'm gonna do it anyway. Yeah, there's definitely a lot more with that, obviously, as expected, but because they have minus dark resistance, that's why. Well, like ice resistance, I mean, so obviously it's going to do more, probably the most. But if you were up against a boss that only had dark resistance, well, had no dark resistance, but everything else had 100 resistance, then it would be better not to use this. Well, personally, I'm gonna go back to my normal build, I think, because actually I could try this bow build with the UR as well, just because why not, but just keep these weapons the same, but obviously I'm not going to get that extra crit rate or the extra attacks, but I'm still going to have the reduced enemy resistance from the bow. I don't know, I'll tell you what, I'm not gonna waste too much time on this. I'm gonna figure out more about it in my own time and decide. I'm probably just gonna go for a normal build with, you know, might as well go critical phaser. Ow. Not yet. I want to be in the middle. Focus on boss. Theopolis. Obviously it's going to do less, I expect. In total. Yeah, definitely a lot less. Just not as good. Well, that means... Well, maybe a buff or debuff, I don't know. It's all random. Maybe that means the sword was better than the bow, because I think you would only want to use the bow if you are hitting damage cap, but I think I'm better off using a sword. So I'm gonna go change my build one more time, try it out one more time, and then probably move over to arena, I think. I know what you could do is put on Muramasa instead, but I'm gonna stick with that. And she's not hitting Slayer damage against these enemies, so she is doing pretty well. At least I'm seeing damage cap numbers on her crits, which should be expected. I don't know what I'm seeing on normal hits, but it seems okay. I just put on sword boost and we'll be done. This won't be my final build. Probably don't even need extra attack boost anymore, but whatever. Just wanted to test a few things, which is very good. Last time was like 148 or something. Yeah, 130. It's still pretty good. I'm gonna leave it at that. Hitting like 35,000 on crits is not bad. The normal hits are not hitting damage cap on all of them, but some of them are. So it's not terrible. I'm gonna try her in arena now, because I do want to try that. I don't think she's gonna do very well in arena. She doesn't have Slayer damage. And no long range attacks, and she's also dual wield, so yeah, unless you go single wield, I don't think you should though. Maybe I can do the axe thing for her. Could be nice actually. I'm gonna try it. So what do I want to do? Put you over here. I'm gonna change you to melee. I'm gonna try you out with this arc, because this does give piercing and strength, so this could be good, potentially, but I don't know yet. Let's try it. Must try it, because I'm assuming that most people haven't actually tried her in arena yet. You don't need any of this really, because you're not going to be casting, we're just going to be spamming skills. Doesn't have Human Slayer. Would have been nice if she had Brute and Human Slayer. Would have loved it. Put on everything. She does have some defense and things. So for arena you would remove Fury and just have War, because then you take less damage. Damage camp doesn't do anything for arena, so that's what I would do. Now the question is, how would I build her for arena? Good question, because even I don't know yet. I like some HP. I could put some crits here to and what weapons do I want is a good question. Probably sword and axe, I think. I'm gonna try that. Fast critical, might as well do that. And don't really need speed. That's gonna be an extra just in if I have extra left over. Put on the drive skills, they're pretty good. Now this is where it gets a bit different. Obviously I'm going to focus more on damage because it's arena, so for that reason you would probably put on more of these damage skills, like surprise attack and backstab. Maybe her skill 2 is gonna proc that pretty well, because it's like a zigzag. Maybe I might do that. Piercing I like, and obviously dual wield with swords, that takes so much SC, and that takes all my SC. It's sad that that's the case, because I still need more SC for sharp eyes and decoy and stuff. Dog eat dog, and also besties. So I need to remove some things. Just gonna have to have less HP and probably remove some crits, I think. Crit isn't always important. Sky high. Yeah, this is where it gets more difficult to know what to put on. Once I get plus 20, it won't be as much of an issue. Probably just have to remove crit for now, I think. Then I've got 3 SC to put on. I don't know, what would I put on for 3 SC? Unless I remove Sky High and put on the crit, I'd be fine with that. There you go, it's good enough. Could have put on this. I could put on the other axe that Vayne has, this one. It doesn't really matter. Second weapon's gonna be a sword. Muramasa this time for maximum damage. No accessories can just be. She doesn't have any revives, I believe. That's a tiny bit of a problem. I guess I'll put that on then. And then revive skill is pretty important, at least one. I might need decoy. Boss, gold orb, yeah. I kinda want decoy, but that means I'll need 7 SC, which means I'll have to remove critical. I'm gonna do it. Makes her last longer. Decoy should be down here. There you go, and I'm gonna stick with this. Now, this is gonna be like a typical build I would try to use for. Thanks for the free wins. It's gonna be a typical build I would probably use if I were to try an arena. Obviously, I don't really need that, but I like being able to take a few hits at least. So I've tried to do a lot of damage. I could remove this and put on backstab or something. I could, but I'm gonna stick with this for now, and I'm gonna try her out and see what the damage is like, because I don't know. I have no idea. Probably gonna lose something. Well, this is kind of a good test because it's a tank team with Magia. Obviously, the arena's just started, so it's gonna be a lot of easier defense teams than usual. Makes it a lot easier to showcase this. Might be on auto, it's not. Maybe purple orb would be useful. I don't know. My plan for this, skill 2, close the gap, because she can't use skill 3 anywhere, she has to use skill 2, which is a problem, so she won't be good for auto. But you're dead, and now that's a problem. I just want to see the damage numbers. Obviously, I don't expect it to do very much against tanks. It's not bad, actually. It killed him, I think, but I don't know how good this defense is, so I can't be the judge of everything. 5,000. Okay. Her skill 2 could be good with, like, Sky High and stuff like that. You're dead. Skill 2. You're dead. Skill 2 is pretty long though. You're dead. Kill Gorm? Yep, somehow. Use a skill 3. Haven't really been using that. They're all dead. You know, that's not bad. The skill 3 has a bit of a longer range than I thought. Well, wider area. It's okay. It's not the best. But I'm gonna do a few more tests and... Ooh, that's something you could look at. That's interesting. So... I need to understand exactly what this means. Dealt, taken, restored. Damage dealt 183,000 damage. I like this. I don't think it says... Yeah, it doesn't say the maximum damage that one unit did in a hit. It just says... Well, that's interesting though. Let me do a few more tests of this just to see if she can do some damage in arena. Probably she got a lot of piercing, so... I don't know what teams I want to fight really, because she's not long range. She's going to struggle with anyone that has long range attacks, or even can melt her. Don't kill me. Maybe I can just do one of these. It's not terrible. Obviously this might be bad for me. I could do this. Heal. Use a skill 3 right now. Kill everything. Ooh, that was pretty nice. Now Ruto's a problem a little bit. Don't hit me. You did it. That's not a problem. I wonder if enemies can hit her even if she's in the air or not. Because maybe you could just do a defense with her spamming skill 2. You know, and she'll be high in the air. But I don't know, I'm just making that up. 5,000, 4,000-ish. Yeah, it's definitely not on the same end as like a Vayne, but because I have a lot of piercing on her, and she's got quite a bit of damage, and the axe and stuff, it's okay, you see, 130. Yeah, okay. I'm just gonna do this a few more times until I get bored, so we may be here like an hour, but it's fine. Because I find this fun. I don't want to do that because I know I'm going to lose with those types of teams for sure. That's the problem, is nuke teams are going to be the problem against melee. She won't be able to survive. Maybe even against this team she might lose, because if she gets hit, she really gets hit a lot. I could do this though, skill 2. There you go. And then, I don't know, skill 3. Nice. And then you're probably gonna suicide into Vayne. Like I told you that was gonna happen. Not a big deal. I'm probably gonna lose. I'm not good at playing on computer. I only play on phone. I'm bad at doing fast things on... What do I want to do? I'm gonna stay back. Use a skill. Never mind. Yeah, it's not really doing too much to Murren. I don't think she's gonna be an arena unit. I know that for sure. 100%. Go away. Yeah, this is not very good for melee because she doesn't really have any long range skills. Wide air is not good enough, and then Gorm's just gonna stay there and tank a bunch of hits, so don't do that. Yeah, melee's not very good for surviving hit teams like those, but I kind of expected that, to be honest. I really expected that. But I'm gonna do a few more attacks. Just because, how much damage should she do that time? She didn't really land many hits, that was the problem. She can't land the hits, then she can't do damage. Obviously. If her skill 3 was anywhere on the map, like Expert, it could have been good. This team's fine. Spamming skill 2 is probably not good enough because the range isn't that great. You can target Tharia, use a skill 2, and now you're stunned. Great job. Okay. Ugh. Getting a lot late. Getting quite late here, really. I've been out here for 2.5 hours. Okay, let's keep going now. Lagobos just finished everything for me. I still want to do a few more tests. Maybe I'll finish this off soon because it's getting late. At least I don't have to worry about doing everything. Man. Maybe I could try her on auto, but I don't think it's going to be good at all. I could change the build for something, but what would I try? See, Lagobos did more damage that time. Sad. Yeah, she's definitely not that good in Arena, at least so far, unless I'm missing some valuable information. Let me just find someone that gives points, and I can do that doesn't have Vayne, or Lagraine, which are most people at this point. I don't like the looks of it, because mage units might be a problem too, and Vayne is definitely a problem. If I just target them, like if I target Vayne and do an S2, what happens? Does she die? Well, you're dead. Now do an Eliza. Okay. It only targets one enemy is the problem. That's better. You're not going to be able to kill Granados because he's pretty tanky. Unless you surprise me and I can try. Well, they almost go, but it's not good enough. Can you do that? Yeah, that's really good. Obviously you're going to do that. I don't really want to try auto because I know it's going to go wrong. Yeah, that didn't do much, but you're dead anyway. Well, I think Starn is better than her in Arena, arguably. I'm using him out in my defense right now. I'm not showing you. It's my secret of what his build is. Spamming skill 1. See the highest damage numbers. I could try a single wield build, but again, I really don't think that's going to be a good idea. What if you did a single wield with an axe, right? And then... I don't think it's a good idea because she doesn't get enough damage numbers. Like 40%. That's really it, isn't it? And Vayne even has Human Slayer. So, I think if you want a unit for Arena that equips an axe, you're going to want Vayne instead. Physical damage. Yeah, I don't think she's worth trying single wield. I could try, but I really don't think it's going to work. Because he works because, you know, 120% damage when single wield, but a dual wield unit, melee wouldn't have anything like that. I'm just going to try it a few more times against, I don't know. Since I'm not too pressed with her in Arena, probably not going to spend a lot of time on her. You see, she's going to die if she's not doing enough damage to Roland. She can't kill a Roland. That tells you something. Yeah, this isn't good enough. Definitely. Uh-huh. Well, I'm just gonna cheat. Lagravos skill 3 is just a cheat code, I swear. Just kills everything on the screen. Yeah, I don't think she's good enough for Arena, I really don't, which is sad because I would have loved it. But that's not the case. Maybe she's good for tanks, but she couldn't even kill a Roland. Well, he does have some resistance, so... He's dead now, but it's not enough damage, really. Yeah, I'm not happy enough with this damage that she's doing for Arena, so... I don't think I need to try any more than that, do I? I didn't put on her paid accessory, yeah, but... Didn't really matter that much. See, Lagravos are still doing more damage than her, so... I don't think it's worth trying to use her. I really don't. I'm gonna go back to my normal team. Because that was way better. If she had long range skills, it could be maybe usable. And maybe some more damage. But I don't think so. Anything else I need to do? Well, I still need that arc that I don't have. Both of them. But I'm not gonna worry about it yet. Maybe. I will get her to plus 20. Probably, in part 2, I think. Because I think there might be at least one or two. Maybe one more prism that I can get from part 2, but I don't know. I'm just guessing. There could be another prism in part 2, I don't know. Because I don't remember what happens, or what happens with these limited units. I think they give 2 prisms, and collabs are 3 prisms. Sounds about right. And then I'll use the God Relic prisms. So I only need to use 2, then I save the rest. That sounds like a good idea. So, what do I think of her so far? Well, I'm gonna do one more test. A few more tests, then end it there, just so I can really test her out a bit more, because I want to. This is going to be testing her by herself, because I don't think I've really done that enough. Maybe I can start to think what my final build would be like. Would I even use this sword, or would I use Muramasa instead, is the question I'm not entirely sure on yet. And I kind of want Purple Orb, but I would have to remove something expensive or a bunch of things. 11 SC. It's difficult to really find something to remove. I guess Ardor, I don't need that for this. I don't think I need speed, because you can just use a skill 2. Even though it's a bit slow, don't need that. I'm just gonna equip it and then figure it out, because I like having Purple Orb on a final build most of the time. If they use Honey Elixir, then I most likely gonna have Purple Orb on at the same time. Because it just makes it even better. If I had plus 20, I would be able to use these skills, but I can't. Oh, 4 SC. I don't really want to remove anything is the problem, because the damage and stuff is good. Unless I remove speed, and I'm gonna do that. Remove speed and Pose of Honor, and there you go. I'm just gonna keep it like this for now, and then I'm gonna just try route one more time, or however many times I feel like, for solo damage, because I don't think I've tried that enough. I don't think I've tried maximum damage potential either properly. at least with these skills and everything. You would probably, if you want a fast clay, you wouldn't use this as the problem. You would want fast critical instead, but I'm just going to use it. Yeah, that's the problem, is she gets flinched too easily. And they won't let me use honey elixir. Because they're rude. I will keep doing it until they let me use it. There we go. She's hitting for 40k already. 48k on the boss. That's a pretty good damage though. Obviously the boss has dark resistance, so that was probably a normal enemy. Could have been 50k on the boss then, couldn't it? Maybe. 50 dark resistance, kind of difficult to test against that. But I haven't tried Trishula yet on a build, so I could try that out. Have the second weapon as Trishula instead of a sword. Could be a bit better potentially, especially against enemies like that have higher dark resistance. So I'm gonna try that. I haven't probably tried out the bow, how good it is against dark resistance enemies like him. Maybe I should try that again. Like, compare the damage to what I was doing, equip the bow, and then see what it's like then. I'm doing too much testing, aren't I? There's too much things I want to do with this unit. But I just want to do it now, because I'm here already. Might as well, for the sake of it. I'm going to try bow one more time, just so I compare damage against this specific enemy. Because I want to see how important the resistance is. It's not a plus 40 yet though. After that I'll try Trishula. I think, in my opinion, if we had bow boost and high boost on arcs, then this would be an even better build than what it is right now. Or maybe if I just put on that SE on more damage skills instead, then it would be better. Probably. Don't poke me. Okay. It's still pretty good though. On the crits. Normal hits are not doing enough damage is the problem. See, her resistance is now fine. She's hitting higher numbers. Or at least it's not the small numbers anymore. Let's try it. Actually, I don't know, it's hard to tell. The damage numbers wasn't too much different really. I really want to look at what that bow actually does, because I don't know. Maybe it's on gold mine or something. But maybe. I'm gonna be smart. I'm actually gonna change out those sword boosts that I'm not using for more damage skills. That'll give a better option. I personally like putting Automel equipped on. So her clothes change when you have this equipped. So this is just their paid accessory. I think, personally, the purplish colour looks a lot better than the red, because that fits into her attribute colour more. But I know red is more of a Christmas colour, so some people might prefer that, but it is a very good accessory, so I'm gonna use it. It's very good. Four SE left. Yeah, it does look better. They could have done it opposite, but black/purple makes more sense. But it's less of a Christmas theme, technically. 4 SC, what could I put that on? Berserker could be good, but I don't like the loss of HP. I like Automel equipped, but are there better options than that for damage that don't make me lose damage? I wouldn't. I like it. I want it to be damage against all enemies as well. I don't think there is, because I have everything. Apart, I don't have any bow boosts because you can't put those on. You could put on the sky high and stuff, but I'm mostly thinking of boss damage here. So obviously there's one skill on the limited arc that I could equip, but I don't have it yet. If I had that one skill, I could equip it right now for 4 SC, I think, or 5, however much it is, but sad. I'll just put that on. We'll try this one time, and I should finish up soon because it's getting quite late for me, and I need a break, really. I'm gonna double check the bow. So, the bow, what it does is dark physical attacks ignore 20 dark resistance, and it will never go below 0. So what that means is his 50 dark resistance go down to 30. I also got to test Trishula as well because I wanted to do that. You're just gonna get flinched. There you go. Don't slap me. It does seem to be doing quite a bit more now. Maybe I'm just seeing things. Let's see the damage on here. Not damage cap. 41k is more damage. Okay, I see. I think this bow is definitely doing better against the swords that I was using. And with the sword boost. And it's also cheaper. So this might be good. But then there's also the argument of you could equip a machine instead. So for testing purposes I'll do that as well. And I want to figure that out. Probably machine's going to do, yeah, that's definitely going to do a lot better. Maybe I should just keep everything the same. Well, if everything's the same, obviously going to do more damage. Well, maybe not, because the bow was plus 15% dark damage. Let's just put it on. Only problem is it means normal attacks will be not dark on this hit. So, yeah. There's probably some build for like most content. So if I were to go against most content, I would probably do this. Anything I should change, I should probably put on machine boosts instead of what I've got, because that's better. Machine boost and high boost. If I can afford that, I don't think I can. 2 SC again. Man. Sad. I'll just remove it. You know, try this out one more time, and I really gotta finish up soon. Anyone joining now, it's a bad time really, because we've done most of the stuff we wanted to today, so have to watch what we've done already later. I do want to get the timestamps on. See now, only 20 MP. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is going to do more. It is, for sure. A lot. Yeah, that is a lot big difference, for sure. So, obviously with Trishula, she's going to hit a lot better than with a sword or with a bow. If the enemy has a higher dark resistance, like this one in particular. But if you're up against an enemy that has no dark resistance or has minus dark resistance, then you're better off using a sword or something, and then you'll be completely fine hitting damage cap. This is even without Slayers, so it's pretty good. Yeah. Still not damage cap on all hits, but crits are hitting damage cap, so that's good. Well, I don't know what my final build is going to be yet, but I'm going to leave it like that for the moment. probably going to mess around with her a bit more later, for sure. Definitely got more testing to do, and I still got to get the 2 arcs that I don't have. Still sad about that, but probably gonna need to buy more crystals, aren't I? I don't want to. Anyways, I guess we should finish up here now, because I can't cover anything else, and we've been here for 2 hours, 50 minutes. 50 minutes longer than usual, I think. What gachas would I recommend to pull on? Well, it's up to you really, but you gotta be careful on this because Saintly Lilebette is outdated. This arc is still okay to have if you don't have it, so it's not that bad. This arc's pretty okay as well. It's nothing crazy though, but it does have Ice Mega Boost. Christmas Carol could be useful. That's just about it, so I guess you don't need it, but if you like collecting stuff and having it, then it's there. But it's up to you what banner you want to pull on. Saintly Lilebette is a really good unit still, but Saintly Melee is the newest unit, and in terms of skill damage, obviously Melee is going to be the best one here, but as a support, Saintly Melee is also a good support. I don't know if she's better than Saintly Lilebette, because Lilebette gives a Slayer damage buff. The good thing is, they can both stack, so you can have both of them, but that's not really good advice getting both of them, so it's up to you, but personally I myself prefer to go for Melee because she's the newest unit and she's just one of my favourite units, so obviously I'd pull for this unit, and she's going to be good because she's new. Most new units, or at least every new unit that releases, is going to be somewhat usable and somewhat good at most content, so apart from Arena, she could still be good in there, but I don't see it. So yeah, that's up to you where you want to pull. I didn't get as lucky as I wanted to, but at least I got some prisms and 1 duplicate, so that's okay. I think that's everything for me. I think she's a good unit. She doesn't look crazy, like she isn't going to be the best DPS for sure. Like Starn is definitely going to be a faster DPS unit, but Melee is more for, she has the buff that she can allow her team to do more damage cap, have more damage cap, and her skills are pretty fun to use, and that animation is really cool. She looks really cool as a unit as well, and her damage caps are pretty high as well, but they're just a bit slow, so I still think she's a very good unit. I'm going to do more testing with her. Maybe I'll come back with like a video of plus 20, but I don't hope on that because I'm quite busy still and I got to get some work done and everything. And there's also going to be Christmas like next week or whenever. Actually, it's in a week and a few days. Week and 2 days. Yeah, Saturday. So enjoy that. I'm going to be back after that in like whenever the next unit is going to be. I have to start stocking up crystals because I used too many this time, but anyways, I'd like for it to reach 3 hours, but I'm not going to waste 6 minutes of your time. So I'll see you in the next one, wherever that is. I really like this unit. I'm going to do more testing with it. So hope you enjoy this Christmas event and have fun with Christmas, because just remember, games aren't always everything. Spending time with family is important too, so I always remember that. I'm going to be doing a lot of family stuff over Christmas and probably do less on this game, but I'm still going to be playing it. So I'll see you then.